heard, but some people may not understand, and hopefully we'll get a better understanding tonight, because with us is Bob Marley, of course, of the Wailers, and along with Tyrone Downie, his keyboard player, are here tonight. And they've performed to sellout crowds, and just incredible crowds all over the world, in Europe, the Americas, most recently in Africa. The music is infectious, and the message is influential, and we are pleased to have with us tonight the great Bob Marley and Tyrone Downie. And hi.
All right.
Good to see you.
Right.
Now you just got here from the Heinz Auditorium tonight.
Yeah.
So, and did you have a good time? Was it a good show?
Well, we had a good time, but we hope that we can do it next time better.
You're really a perfectionist, aren't you?
Like when it gets right, you know.
Yeah, I would think it, because I've seen a couple of your shows, and I would think that even though people in the audience think that it's probably the best show they've ever seen, you're always trying to make it a little bit better, just get your shows to be just right.
Yeah, we have to try, you know, because when it's right, it's nice.
How do you know when it's right? What makes it just right?
When it's right, everything makes it right. People right, we right, music right, vibes right, everything right.
You just sort of feel it?
Yeah, you know, you feel it right.
Now, you're in the middle of a rather large tour right now, aren't you? I mean, you opened up in New York City and...
No, this is the first. We'll open up here.
Oh, so this is the second leg of the tour, or you...
This is the first leg.
Well, what I was wondering about was when you were playing down in New York City, and we were reading about that up here, and when you played down in the Apollo Theater.
Oh, that was last year.
This past year?
Yeah.
What was that like, playing at the Apollo?
It was good, you know, brand new experience.
Because the people up in Boston may not be familiar with the Apollo Theater. It's one of the famous black R&B theaters up in Harlem in New York City, and that's the first time you ever played up there.
True. James Brown and all them people play down there, you know? Yeah. So we figure a good place to play.
Did you purposely want to go there? Did you have a feeling about having more black Americans?
Yeah, want to go to Harlem, you know. It's a good feeling. It's like going to Trinidad or, you know, in Jamaica, Zimbabwe. It's carry that type of vibe.
Yeah, it's the first ever really penetrated the black community as such, because it's one of the few venues that's really a communal venue as such. So it was the first kind of experience in that way in America.
Did you compare it to playing in Zimbabwe? And I know that you played in Zimbabwe on their Independence Day, and at your own expense went over there. That must have been a pretty special day.
Yeah, it was, you know, I mean, one of the best things we could have ever do. I was invited by one of the people in most government.
Uh-huh.
I went down there to the show for them, you know. It was great.
What was that like? I mean, there were enormous, what is it, 30,000 people saw you at one time?
Yeah, the stadium was full of people, you know, from all different places in Africa. Because what happened to that crowd was an invited crowd, you know. Mm-hmm. So everyone was like guests.
So it was like a free concert?
Yeah, it was free.
Did it feel like a dream come true to you to go to Africa to play on an independence on the day that a nation became independent? Was there something real special about that for you? There must have been.
Yeah, the strength.
Uh-huh.
The strength, really. People really acknowledge the truth, and you know, so we defend the truth, and so we can come help.
Did you play in the Apollo Theater after you played in Zimbabwe? Is that part of what?
No, the Apollo Theater was before I played Zimbabwe.
You played in the Apollo first?
Yeah.
Do you find now that as you're touring America now that you see more black faces in the audience, that things have changed for you in terms of the people that you're reaching, in terms of the message of?
Well, we're interested to reach people, you know, a lot of people, all people, you know. So we know that black people in America must get the message too.
Because I know that you been working with Frankie Crocker in New York City and sort of different promoters, and I know that that's important to you at this time.
Sure.
get that kind of feeling? Because you spoke about that, Tyrone, about the feeling in the Apollo Theater, that it was sort of a different kind of feeling than some of the other gigs that you've played. Tyrone.
Me?
You.
Well, the Apollo Theater, well, it wasn't really that different. Well, in the old days of the Apollo, right, it must have been like much more intense, you know. Then it wasn't really like an Apollo gig as such. It was a Bob Marley gig in New York with everybody coming to the Apollo, if you understand what I mean. Everybody coming up to Harlem. Because I'd say about 10-20% of the people in Harlem were really aware of what was happening. And they were really curious. A lot of people were inquiring. A lot of people in there saying, hey, what's this and what's that? And Bob Marley, reggae, yeah. So at least now they're aware of it. So it's something to check out, you know, especially like how Steely Wonder has done a reggae track. I think more black Americans will be opening up to it. But it's not as if we just want to open up to more black Americans as such. But we would love to know that we are being heard by them, you know, also. We want to be heard by everybody, but it would be good to know that we're being heard by them, you know.
We have a clip of you performing that we want to show right now. We have to apologize for the lettering on the bottom of the screen. It might be somewhat distracting, but that's the way that it came to us from Warner Brothers. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers in concert.